we're going to go move on to the next problem. Like I said in the first video, this is one that I believe this is what your teacher is asking. I could be wrong. However, I am showing you a method that does relate to matrices if I did get it wrong. Make the system from given matrices. This is where I think your teacher is wanting you to set it up, where it's in that kind of bracket and there's that line of how you would solve it. I think I have to be honest, I wasn't really for sure, but I wanted to at least get this video out, and it's just one square in this worksheet. But basically, you're just going to set this up so you have how you would end up solving this. Kind of this is where it is. I don't think we have to solve it. I think you just make the system from given matrices. So this is kind of what you would do. You're basically just getting this method of it turns into this when it's in that way, if that makes sense. So kind of like this, it goes across. That's just another way. I could be wrong. However, it doesn't hurt seeing this kind of way if it does pop up ever in your future. This is how I interpreted that problem. I'm not for sure, but yeah. I apologize if I did that completely wrong in what your teacher asked. All right, next one. Find the break-even point. Sorry, this is really blurry in here, but it should be a 20x plus a 275,000. There we go. All right, so from here, the break-even point is when the cost is going to equal that revenue. So from there, our costs, we see, they tell us, is the 2x, or 20x, plus the 275,000 equals 150x. And from there, we're going to subtract that 20 from both sides, 20x, leaving us a 130x on that right. And then we divide it by 130 equals, so we have an x equals about 2,115 and 0.38. So this one, again, I saw one of your Pearson assignments, they round down because that kind of makes sense. You only can make, you can't make an extra, that you can't really round up an item, right? So I'm going to interpret this as x is going to equal our 2,115. I'm going to round down. So right now we only know how many items or whatever they're selling. We only know that number. We need to know how much it's going to be. So we know our first point. And then we're just going to plug that in to our revenue. You can add it to the other one. You should get the same number. But it's just easier to do that one multiplication step rather than the other one. So from doing that, you should get an answer of 317,250. That's the hope. And then we have that as our point. So right here is your break-even point. All right. I don't know. Yeah. So you should get an answer. Sorry, I don't know why that deleted, but if you want to play back the video, you should be able to get what I got here. But, so yeah, key thing here, cost equals revenue. All right, next one. Find the equilibrium point for the system. So again, that's when the demand is going to equal supply. So from there, we have a 2,500 minus 20p equals a 1,150 plus 5p. All right, we're going to simplify this. I'm going to do this in one step just so it's kind of a little faster and so I don't lose space. So basically, I'm going to just get this stuff by itself where I'm going to have the variable on the right. So we have a 5 plus 20, 25p. Again, that crosses out. And it's 1 with 2, and then we have 2,500 minus 1,850, and that gets us a 650. We're going to divide by 25. P is going to equal 26. Again, this is a point. We know our first point. We know how much they're going to sell of this. We don't know how much that will be or how much money will be coming in. So from that, we need to plug it in. So we're going to just plug it into our DP. So we have 2,500 minus our 20 times 26. So that should get you 2,500 minus 520, which is going to get us a 1,980. Again, you can plug that 26 into to either equation. I just did that first one because it's the first one there, but you should get that same answer. All right, next one. Furniture's company is planning to produce a new sofa. Fixed costs are $25,000 and the variable costs are $500 per sofa. The revenue is $100 per sofa. Find the profit. Again, remember what our profit is. Profit is when our revenue minus our costs. Basically, it's seeing if we're making money or if we're losing money through this process. So our cost, our total cost, is going to be that fixed cost at that $25,000 plus a 500x because it's per sofa. All right, and then our revenue, which they tell us right there, it's $1,100 per sofa. And there we go. Now let's plug that into our here. And again, it just says find the profit in making sense of X sofas. They don't tell us what it is, so there's no second part. We're basically just gonna make our equation and simplify it if we need to. So from there, we have our revenue minus our cost, the 25,000 plus 500x. That again, that turns into minus 25,000 minus 500x. So if we simplify that, 1,100 minus 500 is 600x minus 25,000. And that is all you need to know for that one. Alright, next problem. A company is planning to make popcorn poppers. The fixed cost total, right? So fixed cost total is $1,500 and the variable cost of making one popper is $8. The revenue is $18 per popper. Find the profit or loss of making 100 poppers. So I'm kind of going to do this. I'm kind of going to plug in this once I have it. So this is what I'll be setting up. Up here, we're going to find out what our total cost is going to look like. And that's going to be our $1,500 plus our $8 per popper. And then our revenue, it says they're selling it for $18 per popper. So again, profit is our revenue minus cost. And that's just going to bring our 18 minus 8, which is our 10x. And then our minus 1,500. So that's what we have. Then we're going to plug that in. So we're going to find out how much that actually is. So you should have a 10 times our 4,100 minus 1,500. And you're going to get an answer of 39,500. So that right there, and since it's a positive number, we have a profit here. Alright, I'm going to stop the video here so I can fit the last of it, I believe, hopefully. And there we go.